Lokonga shows to the ball more than Thomas Partey does, which is quite a weird thing to have when Lokonga is the junior in that position and Partey is the senior. And I really like Thomas Partey. Some of the qualities he shows are fantastic. But do you remember that performance against Manchester United last season?
Yeah.
That was what I expected from him. Like, obviously, you have good days and you have bad days, right? But I was expecting it much more than that being the outlier. Like, and at the moment, that performance seems like it's the outlier compared to the performances we're seeing now. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if he needs Granit Xhaka next to him, because that partnership looks pretty good. But again, I still have my doubts about Granit Xhaka. Like, I know a lot of people are popping up about, well, we really miss Xhaka. And it's just like, I've seen Xhaka play these games numbers of times and us still get battered. He wouldn't have changed anything in this result. Like, that's just a fact. And again, Xhaka is not as bad as some people say, and he's not as good as other people say. But I just don't think he is that much of a difference that he would have made like everyone better in this game. I think there are games where we do miss Xhaka, and I think it's just when there's games like where we need to control the ball for like 10 minutes after a really hard period, he's the guy you'd like.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I don't think we've missed him too much. I mean, we went on a 10-game unbeaten run without him. So it must have not been that much. But yeah, and I know Partey is a very curious one. And yeah, I think I expected more than him hiding from the ball. And that, I think that's the worst thing you can do in midfield is hide. Like, because obviously you're such a key part of that play, and when one player's hiding, and I don't think Lokonga had a very good game either, but I thought Lokonga was a bit braver than Thomas Partey.
He was more willing as well. Like,
he was more willing, and that's what I like about Lokonga. You can see Lokonga's skill sets are there, right? He wants to get the ball. That's great. He wants to be able to pass the ball forward. Fantastic. He wants to take on a man or two. I like that. Sometimes it doesn't go off, but not everything's going to go off. I just like the intent. With Thomas Partey at the moment, it just seems like he's not showing for the ball. I don't know why. And he's also not, like, there are some passes forward where he does it very well, but he's not showing the progressive passing that we know he can. And I don't know what's up with that. And it's quite funny that we've singled him out in this when there's loads of other performances where they weren't good. Like,
yeah, I mean, sure. No, it's just a conversation point. I love Thomas Partey. Our midfield is better with him than without him. Don't get me wrong at all. Like, I would never. We've missed him when he's been injured. Like, the same way that at times we've missed Xhaka, we miss Partey a hell of a lot when he's been injured, and we're a better team with him in the team than without him in the team.
Yeah.
The problem is, it's all well and good Thomas Partey looking good against the likes of Aston Villa or against the likes of, did he miss that game? Just as an example, like Partey can put on good performances against Burnley and all of that, and it's fantastic to do that, because sometimes you need those kind of, I guess, those flat track bullies that show up against the smaller sides and just kind of show, I'm better than you. But it's as though, I don't know whether it's a mentality thing or something, but it's as though when he comes up against better players on a pitch, it's like he knows that they're better. Cool, Fabinho put in an exceptional performance once again. I thought he was man of the match yesterday.
Yeah, that tackle on the Aubameyang
he just swept up everything. He was everywhere. He was fantastic. But like, pound for pound, it's a conversation. Like, you wouldn't sit there and say, Fabinho is light years a better player than Thomas Partey, or even Thiago, for example, depending on where you want to play Partey in the midfield. Like, Fabinho is a quality player. Thomas Partey is a quality player. Like, we need our players. And Emil Smith-Rowe has developed it a little bit this season. Like, you need to have that level of, not arrogance, but like, I'm as good or as better, or I am better than the other players on this pitch. Let me show that. And Thomas Partey seems to do that against players that he 100% knows he's better than. But when there's a little bit of a question, he kind of like, he tends to go in his shell. And I don't know whether it's obviously the case. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether it's like a mental block or there is something which stops him from excelling, because ever since he's joined, I think outside of that Man United performance and maybe one other, we haven't really seen the Thomas Partey of Atletico. And I know we set up differently and he played in more of like a 4-4-2 there, but he's flattered to deceive.
Yeah, like the comparison with Fabinho and Thiago is actually a very good one, because I think they're both players who are of similar quality as Thomas Partey, but I think, especially in the case of Fabinho, I don't think Thiago's really shown it, but definitely in the case of Fabinho looks like he looks transformative, and that's sort of what we thought Thomas Partey would be. But I don't think, like, we spent all summer, me and you especially, talking about we need a midfielder. We need a midfielder a starting midfielder to replace Xhaka, because either Xhaka's going to leave or we need to upgrade on Xhaka, because we need this Partey partner. But at the moment, Thomas Partey is not proving himself to be like indispensable at the moment. He is still probably our best midfielder, like 100%, but that's not really saying anything, because the quality below him is not very challenging. And I don't know if that's another reason as well, that could be a potential that could be factoring in Partey's performance, that he hasn't been challenged. I remember, was it Leno last season when he had Runnison as the number 2 and he dropped in performance? It's just like sometimes you need competition.
It's a bit like Hector Bellerin when I guess Lichtsteiner came in. That wasn't real competition, or before Lichtsteiner came in. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not competition for you, so you need someone to push you for that position and make sure. Like, I think for example, I think Emil Smith-Rowe's performance has gone up because I think he's had Martin Odegaard there as well to push him. And I think Odegaard's performance has gone up because because Lacazette was looking likely to have that position as well. And it's just like, I just think with Partey, it is a bit of a difficult one. And I think it will be interesting to see how he does when Xhaka comes back. And there was a bit of positive news about like him returning to full training by January, which is really good.
No, it is. But I think that also leans into the fact that it's another player that requires perfect conditions for us to be successful, and that's not what we need right now. Like, I appreciate that there needs to be partnerships on the pitch. Like with Ben White and Gabriel, I think they're a really, really good partnership, and I don't necessarily think that if Rob Holding came in, Rob Holding came in for Ben White as an example, or even Gabriel, if he replaced either of them, I don't think that the partnership would be as good. But I don't think that their individual performance would drop off to the level that some of these players do. Like if Saka's not there, Aubameyang doesn't play as well, for example, or if Emil Smith-Rowe isn't there, Aubameyang doesn't play as well. And we're building a squad which is very, very specific. Yeah. And the problem with that is if one specific player, if Granit Xhaka gets injured for a long period of time, if Thomas Partey gets injured for a long period of time, if Emil Smith-Rowe, he's been our best player this year alongside Gabriel. If Emil Smith-Rowe has a long-term injury, who the hell are we going to put on that left-hand side? Like, what are we going to do?
To the centre, Schuker is there. Can't get his cross in. Maybe Dixon can.